Hello, fellow Rosarians. Thank you for joining me today for another unboxing. Let's talk about David Austin and how much I love them. They always have such beautiful roses, and I don't even need to go into how amazing they are. If you look through their book, like me, you're drooling about all of these roses. Their customer service, I always talk to Shelly, and she's amazing. And so she'll talk to me for a while. She'll let me add to my order, change my order as I create it in the fall. There's probably 20 changes until it comes out in the spring, and they're so patient with me. A lot of you have been saying that you can't reach them and there's no responses to emails. Well, let's be aware that I call this a small business. They might have 3, 4, 5 people on staff in Texas. You're calling them up until they start shipping. I would say February. They're very accessible through email, phone, text, and it's only when they start shipping in February that they're kind of in the throes of it and they can't respond. And I think we need to be understanding of that. Now, when I've had issues in the past, as soon as they get through that shipping season, when June rolls around, I can call them and get somebody right away. So ordering from David Austin is very easy. You can click through their site. Starting in the fall is when you order. And then typically there's a coupon for 10% off that comes out a few months later, and that can be applied towards that order in the fall. And that 10% goes through usually shipping season. So until February or so, there's a code that you can use for 10% off. The new additions for that year will be $32. Previous will be $30 per rose. The shipping is, it's kind of a flat rate broken out by if you spend $20, it's going to be $6. If you spend between $20 and $60, it's $15 for shipping. And so it's just, I think it's inexpensive. If I'm ordering, 75 or 100 roses and I can ship them for $25, I feel like I just won the lottery. Most of the times I'm spending $25 on shipping, I'm buying, 2 roses from some of the smaller growers. So their shipping is amazing. I've already mentioned their warranty. Their warranty is 5 years. It is unparalleled. You're not going to find that except for Raft River Roses that said that he would warranty it forever. And I think it was also Brex that said that they would warranty theirs forever. I'm expecting here today 54 roses. Some of them are standards behind me and some of them are bare root. I took out the invoice and I'll just say, folks, I've unboxed 11 packages before this, and none of them have an invoice that's so matted with the dirt. David Austin, customer service, if you're listening, please print out 2 copies. One for your pickers that they can destroy, and then one to put in my box. Every year I open this box, I say, what in the world is this? I've already looked at the invoice to make sure that everything that I think we've got is in here. We're in sync with that. Normally my videos, I unbox it in front of you and I talk about each rose and all of its attributes in case you're interested in ordering it. What I'm going to do differently with this one is I'll just go ahead and post down below all of the roses, and then I'm going to go ahead and time lapse opening these. And what we're going to do, I hope that they all end up in one pile, which is the keep pile. But what I'm going to do is have a keep pile and a concern pile. All right, so normally my roses are completely enclosed. So this bag is open. The roots are very dry. So I'm getting ready to get into the sorting now. Wish me luck, and we'll do a time lapse and then we'll get back together as soon as I'm done. So you guys, I am so tickled that I could just cry. Every single one of these roses is perfect. There are just a couple of concerns. Normally at the beginning of my videos I talk about what to look for, but I was too anxious getting into this unboxing. I just had to dig in. So let's go ahead and take a step back. And for all of my new rose geeks that have not had a chance to look at my prior videos where we talk about what to look for when you're unboxing a rose. So I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen. I've put a list together for you, but you first ensure that the canes are bright green, that they don't have any growths, that there is nothing that is soft. So they're going to be nice and firm. When you're looking at the union of, or the crown of the rose, you want to make sure that there's nothing here that was soft that would indicate rot. Looking at the roots, you want to make sure that the roots are supple, that they're not so dry that through shipment that would be a concern, because you never want a rose to get dried out. You also want to make sure that the rose has an open fan shape to it. So a nice hole here and it fans out. So this is a really nice rose because it's going to be able to stretch into the earth without any hindrance at all. In the event that it had any growth, you want to make sure that the growth is not brown. That would indicate that it was also dried out. So this one is just starting to get its nodes to leaf out here. For me, buying almost 60 roses, I've got 2 roots here that were damaged in shipping. I'm not even going to bring that to the attention of David Austin because they have that 5-year warranty, and look at the rest of the root structure. It looks really good. I was looking initially for rose crown gall, nematode damage, and I've done a video on that if you want to refer back. Looking at this rose here, let me get the tag out of the way. I have a minor concern. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this close for you. If you look at, we've talked about having that open fan, and normally at a quick glance you would say, oh, it's fanned out, the roots look good. But if I get you closer, do you see how it's kind of knotted here? I'm going to turn it around. It's kind of fused together here. So I'm going to send a picture of that. I wanted to share this one with you. We talk about in grading a rose that we want to make sure as we're unboxing that you get the rose that you paid for. And I bought grade 1 roses. And so it has to have 3 canes the size of a pencil. This is technically 2 canes the size of a pencil. So this is Corvedale, and it would be, even though it has a cane here off of this cane, it's still 2 canes here. Do you see that? So 2 canes the size of a pencil is a grade 1.5. Am I going to bring that to David Austin's attention? No, I'm not, because they have that 5-year warranty. If it fails to thrive, I'll go ahead and address it with them then. So this one is fine. And it has very tiny roots. Maybe this is the biggest thing that they could offer from the field for Corvedale. I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and look at my last rose. This one here looks fantastic. All of the canes, this is Molineux. Look at that. Problem is, as I get closer and I'm looking at the roots, is this normal? It's very knotted up. It's fanned out. But if I look in here, do you see it's got it's kind of knotted around here. I will go ahead and send that over and let them deal with that. I'm going to soak those separately from all of the rest of my healthy roses. And let's talk about, in the event that it was gall or any other major issues, you wouldn't want to soak those roses with your healthy roses. You would want to soak them separately. If you decide to keep them, maybe you don't even want to take that chance, you're going to put them in a planter and you're going to put them away from all of your healthy roses. And I would put them in a planter and then watch that runoff. Go ahead and run some water through it and make sure that when it runs off, that it's not going to be leaching its pathogens, bacteria, things like that through the water into your other beds. So just be aware of that. And of course, you're going to send pictures to your rep that you bought from and make sure that they're aware and they can give you additional guidance. And then in the event that you decide to keep them and you've put them in a planter, I would check on them again, like when they go dormant in the fall. Go ahead and check on them, lift them out of the soil and take a look at what's going on with the roots, and then decide if you're going to keep them. What I've been doing with all of the unboxings is I've been trying to figure out how to do the analysis so that you can figure out who you want to buy from in the fall. So to do that, I've said if I buy 10 roses from each grower, how much is it going to cost? And that takes into account any discounts and the shipping cost. And then we're going to go ahead and rack and stack it. So specifically for David Austin, there was a 10% off coupon if you from the fall to the February that you can use. It was sent through FedEx, It arrived in about 3 days. The average rose cost is $30 for the older varieties, and then $32 is typically the price if it's a new variety for that year. So for 10 roses using the 10% discount, that's going to be $288. Shipping is going to be $25, and then the total would be $313. And keep in mind, you've got that 5-year warranty that is awesome. So when we look at the rack and stack, I'll go ahead and put that up for you. The lowest right now would be buying from High Country. If you're going to be going for a grade 1 rose, David Austin is right up there with Palatine. So Regan is $275, Palatine is $283. Rogue Valley, those are very unique and hard to find bands, and those are $293, and David Austin would then come in at $313. Just higher than that is Brax, and the highest is Heirloom Ruses. If you've missed those videos, I'll go ahead and link them down below so that you can see the quality and the size of those roses if you're interested in those. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope this video was helpful and that you'll select that alert button so that you can be alerted as soon as we do our next unboxing, and I'll see you in the next one.